Hi everyone. This week I thought I'd do something a bit different because I was poking around on YouTube earlier on in the week and I came across Troy Grady's YouTube site and I thought it was brilliant. It's well worth visiting if you play the guitar, I think. He's got a series on there called Cracking the Code, which I went right the way through. I think I loved it because he has a lot of the very same influences that I do. I remember going through discovering the same guitarist. Interestingly, I think he set himself the challenge of trying to work out how these guys did what they did. I went a little bit different. I decided to work out how I could use the same kinds of sounds but with my technique, so how I could turn my technique into a way that would allow me to play those same kinds of runs. But it's horses for courses, isn't it? The other thing I liked about his channel was that he's got a few videos with some really great guitarists on there as well, talking about their playing styles, their playing techniques. He's got videos of them playing and then he's slow-moed them as well, so you can really see how they approach their picking style. So that's really good. It looks like he's making a business out of it. So good for him. He should go for it. It's a really good job. So what I did this week was that brought the inner shredder out in me. So I had to go at 3 of his exercises. And so I thought I'd do those this week, show you how I got on with them. So they were the descending 9s, he's got one of those on there, then ascending 7s and then descending 4s. So let me show you how I get on with the descending 9s anyway. So that's fine. As you can see, I went for a clean guitar sound this week. I like to switch between a clean sound and a distorted sound. I find that if you play clean, it really shows up if your picking's a little bit sloppy. It really demonstrates whether your picking's clean or not. But the flip side is if you've got a clean guitar, then it tends to be much more forgiving with string noise. You know, spurious string noise just sort of hides in the background. Whereas if you've got heavy distortion on there, you can be a bit more sloppy with your picking, but string noise really cuts through. So I like to change between the two. I like to practice both ways. Anyway, let's move on to the ascending 7s. So that was a bit more fun for me because 7s is not a grouping I normally use. And I tend to stay in the same position as well when I do scales and things like that. So that was a good exercise for me. Interestingly, he's picking odd numbers of notes, pretty much like I did in one of my previous picking videos. It's a good way of forcing you to change how you approach the same phrase each time round. You know, if you're using a pick, you'll start with an upstroke one time round and then you'll have to start with a downstroke the next time. So it's forcing you to change your approach every time you play. Or with me, because I'm using a 4-finger pattern, when you've got an odd number of notes, I'm starting the phrase with a different finger. So it's a great way of sort of building up your technique and forcing you to change things up all the time. Last one was descending 4s. So that fitted right into my comfort zone. That's a phrase I use a lot, and I can move that all over the neck. I do that a lot when I'm improvising as well, so that was fine for me. But great site anyway. So check out Troy Grady's YouTube channel, and I think he's got a website as well. I'll put a link to it in this video, and I'll put a link to him in the comments as well. I think he's well worth you guys checking out. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.